is hard as hell. United, Tottenham, Arsenal. Watch my lips, and I will spell. Cause they don't just play, but they can rap as well. Liverpool FC.
My idea was to go Liverpool into
Yeah, you're damn right. Everything better be nice and silent, no background noise. When you have a man like James in the building, you have to give him these warnings. You know what I'm saying? People, apologies for the last time James appeared on the podcast. Like the nursery in the background. You know these Ghanaians got always be making money somehow. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, my people? Your boy Slim as always. What? Got a new face in the building. JJ, what's happening, my brother?
Yeah, I'm good. Hi, everyone.
Listen to the calmness personified here. That cool.
We got Barry White on here tonight. What's going on? Hey.
Alright. Listen, James, good to have you back as well, man. How you doing?
Yo, thanks for having me, boys. I'm really glad to be here.
And of course,
No noise. No background noise.
That's good. And as always, my right-hand man, the guy that pod not be possible without, Engineer Sam.
Yeah. What's going on, man?
Alright, listen. We should be all smiling, man. Back-to-back wins, for it's been a while, man. Come on. Smile.
I don't know. I actually feel like it should be this way now. I don't want to get too gassed. We should just be doing this now. We've come out of our slump, and now we need to kick on. So let's get it going.
It should be the normal, shouldn't it? But as you pointed out to me last week, Sam, not last week, at the end of the last game, we usually enjoy our trips to the London Stadium or Upton Park as it used to be called before. So, I mean, good results there.
Yeah, bro. I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know. I've been to maybe four games there. We never lose there. At the worst, we were going to get a draw. So I was quite happy going there. I was just a bit shaky when I saw the lineup, but I guess we'll come to that. But yeah, man, good, solid performance, and actually a controlled, nice win with pretty much no drama, which is nice because boy, we couldn't score a goal until 2 weeks ago. So yeah.
Let's talk about the lineup, James. Obviously, all the talk from Liverpool fans was going to be about who's going to play at centre back. Matic was his usual croak self. We've been screaming for a centre back. Fabinho is out. So you went with Phillips and Henderson. Is that what you expected, James?
Absolutely not. No, that was a massive curveball, man. But you know, you've got to give these guys the opportunity to express themselves, and I think Klopp did that with full trust. And you know, we reaped the results, man.
In hindsight, James, was that the correct pairing, though? Don't you think, given the fact of Phillips' aerial ability and the way West Ham like to play?
In hindsight, we won the game, so that's the main thing.
Yeah, but just because we won the game, you can still be unhappy and think to yourself, you know what? Even though we won it, we were lucky.
I'm one of those guys. I'm all for a change. I'm all for different lineups, different changes, trying something different when things are not working the right way. So I wasn't too displeased with the lineup. To be fair, I was quite, I was happy to see a change. Even if we didn't win, I was happy to see something totally different to what we used to. So that was quite pleasing, to be honest with you.
Fair enough. In regards to formation, JJ, he went with a diamond. We haven't seen that in a while.
Yeah, it was something different.
He played Genie at the base, Milner and Thiago wide of the diamond, and he played Shaqiri at the tip. It seemed to work for us against West Ham. But one question mark for me was Thiago to the left of the diamond. For me, I'm not sure that was the best place for him. I'm not sure he'd be comfortable in there, given the fact he's such a bad tackler. What about yourself?
Yeah, I'm about the same with Thiago. I feel like tracking back as well. There were some times in the game where he wasn't really tracking back. Where if you play in that position, you need to. And he's quite, like you said, he goes in for tackles a lot, and if he doesn't get them, then at least it's quite open. But me, I kind of like Thiago playing in a further role, because usually he's been playing in like a deeper role. But I think him a bit forward is actually, and Jimmy stays a bit back. I think it works for us at the moment.
Sorry, man. Just getting a bit of feedback there. Sorry. Yeah. Personally, I thought when I looked at the lineup, I thought we might see Thiago at the tip and maybe see Shaqiri sort of to the left or the right.
Left, yeah.
But I think Shaqiri and his work rate, is it good enough? Would it have been good enough to play to the left or the right of a diamond, Sam?
Do you know what? I trust Shaqiri. It's taken a while for me to get to this point. Sorry?
More than Thiago?
Not more than him. But I expect him to be in the correct positions, and I expect him to put a shift in. I've seen that in him now. I've seen him put the work in, and even in a diamond, he may not make the most challenges, but he does occupy the correct spaces, and I've seen that. And I think the fact that he's actually getting to start games and not getting cameos means that it's possible that Klopp's beginning to trust him as well. It worked. We weren't exposed. There was probably one or two occasions when they got behind Thiago, but in terms of Shaqiri, I think he's able to play that role, and he gets to influence the game, which is what we don't see with like the little 5-minute cameos that he kind of drops in now and again. So all credit to Klopp, man. When we saw the lineup and I saw Mane wasn't there and Firmino was on the bench, I was a bit concerned, but Klopp got it right, man. And that we just need to stop doubting him. Full stop. We need to stop. Now that we seem to have turned the corner, whatever the lineup is, let's just get behind the boys and just see another win. Simple as that.
Yeah, the Mane thing did worry me. The fact he was out. But apparently it's just a minor muscle issue. So hopefully he'll be fit enough for midweek against Brighton. Failing that, he needs to be fit for City next week Sunday. But I was slightly like raised an eyebrow when I saw Origi starting. I mean, Divock gives you lots of energy, but does he give you that cutting edge that we've been missing of late? The goals? No, I don't think so. So I was a little bit concerned. I did wonder where the goals were going to come from. Hence, first half in the group, I was asking questions like, what's the answer to this? Because, I mean, we dominated possession, didn't we, James, in the midfield?
Yeah, I thought we had a really good first half. I was a bit surprised. I thought we was going to be under a bit of pressure, but we looked really strong. Lots of passes going on. I think Shaq is becoming a little mini star at the moment. To be fair, he's doing some really good things. Thiago's coming into his own, but I know he's got that bad challenge in him. Nuna looked all right as well. To be fair, I thought we did quite well first half. I was a bit surprised. The guys were energized. I would say energized, and the momentum just keeps rolling on. So let's just keep going, man.
So it was a steady first half. Really, we had, like I said, we had all of the ball without two. I'm trying to think, was there many opportunities in the first half? Did we create much in the first half? And nothing really springs to mind for the first half.
Yeah,
it was just all possession and no threat really. I mean, a lot of pressure was probably put on Mo to score goals, considering there was no Mane and no Firmino. But yeah, overall first half, JJ, I was happy but just slightly concerned where the goals were going to come from. In that first half, where did you think the goals were going to come from?
I thought it was only going to come from the Salah side. I think on the Origi side, when he was getting the ball, it looked a bit flat, couldn't beat him. And I thought it was going to be the same story like for the whole of this season, where we have loads of possession, but we just can't seem to find that goal. And then usually I was thinking Antonio would go nick a goal and make it 1-0. They'll go 1-0 up and it'll be hard to break them down. But I thought if he was going to score a goal, it would come from Salah, which it did in the second half.
Well, the second half we come out with a bit of purpose. What was it, about 10 minutes into the second half, Klopp decides to make his move and he brings on young Curtis Jones for Jimmy Milner, and everybody who was seeing it, the little, not confrontation, but the little conversation Milner and Klopp had when he came off. But as you know, man, in Klopp we trust, man. It was a great substitution.
Big shout out to Paul, man. He should be on here tonight. He's been begging for it for ages.
His love child.
Yeah, man. His guy Jones got what? Half an hour?
That's a P.
40 minutes. Got loads of times. Oh yeah, man. We can't knock Klopp at all, in terms of making the changes.
Say again?
So we can't knock Klopp at all about anything today in terms of when he made the changes and what the changes were. Every single one was on point.
Well, to be fair, Paul has been very critical of Klopp and the substitutions that he makes. So I'm sure he'll be happy today the fact that he made the substitution pretty early and brings Jones on. And I think even the commentators could see it in the first half. Nobody was really making that third man run, that run from midfield in like that deep run. Milner tried it a few times in the first half, so I guess bringing Jones on, I guess his thinking was for Jones to actually get in that hole and actually cause some damage. He's a great ball carrier, he's got good feet, and he comes on and he does what he does best, and he starts the attack. Oh, sorry, I'm just being interrupted. Brighton just scored against Tottenham, so it's on in the background. I've got to keep an eye on that. You know what I mean? 1-0 Brighton. Yeah. Take it away with the goal, Sam, man.
Oh, mate. Salah does this, or tries to do this, every single game. Every single game. Like, he runs down the right, he jinks a little bit, opens up his body and bends it far post. And the majority of defenders read him, and he doesn't get the shot in, or he gets crowded out and we're screaming for a pass. But the fact that he pulled it off today, for me, was indicative of how he started the game. I put it in the group and I said, Salah is doing everything at pace. Everything. Whether he's closing down, whether he's carrying the ball, whether he's trying to ping a pass in, everything was doing at pace. So I was like, I saw something in him today that made me believe he was going to be on it. He was going to be on it. And carrying on the form from the last two games, I expected him to do something today. And the fact that Jones is involved as well, again, just vindicates Klopp for bringing him on. And him just having that impetus to kind of bring the ball forward and look forward straight away and put that ball in. I mean, we got a couple of lucky ricochets, but nothing but credit to Salah, man. I mean, he opened up the game for us and opened up that left wonder of a foot. What can you say, man? Perfect finish, far post. Perfect finish.
Yeah. It was nice to see old Salah back, wasn't it, JJ?
Yeah, it was. Scoring them goals in Champions Leagues and stuff like that. It's good to see him. Because like what Sam said, usually he cuts in after he gets blocked, because everyone's kind of know what he does now. Cuts in with the left foot and tries to bend it in the corner. So even the goalkeeper reads it now, so it's good to see him score a goal like that again.
Yeah, it was very nice to see that wonderful left foot back, and I think that goal comes in. It's nothing short of what we deserved really at that moment in time. I mean, we were miles head and shoulders above West Ham at that point, man. But I think the goal that everyone probably wants to talk about, and I definitely want to talk about, is that second goal, man. Wow-wee. I mean, I don't even know where to start. I don't even have the superlatives to explain that goal. Like, wow, just wow. Like, obviously everybody knows it came from the corner and it was a counter attack, but James, that pass from Shaqiri. No, let's talk about the first pass from Trent.
Yeah.
Because I think last pod it was said that Trent was back, and today from that pass, that was a typical Trent pass, wasn't it, James?
Absolutely, man. You know, it felt like we was back in last season where we were hunting. I think we're good when we're hunters. We look strong, man. Flipping it. That move was just amazing. It's like blink and you'll miss it, mate. I almost missed that. I almost missed the whole move, to be honest with you, mate. Blink and you'll miss it. We're hunting, mate. Just when we're hunting, we are at our best when we're hunting. So that was a prime example of that.
Great breakaway goal. Great pass from Trent to Shaq. JJ, the ball from Shaq to Salah, man.
Yeah, when Shaq, because he hit it first time, and I was like, what's he doing? Because I wanted him to take him on. And then the ball, when I saw it, and then all we needed was Salah's first touch was good, got the ball under control, and then a little finish. And when Salah's on form, you expect him to score that.
The touch from Salah, I mean, everybody talks about Salah and his right foot being a weaker foot, but the control on that right foot, that ball is coming out of the air, the ground is wet because it's raining, and he just puts his foot on the top of that ball, and it just, like, I think they even said it after the game, like, you expect that ball to necessarily slip away from Salah and the keeper to just scoop it up, but the touch is so perfect it just sort of stops in front of him enough for him to just hit it before Fabianski can even get out to it. It's just amazing, man. What a touch.
You know, it was an amazing touch, man. Let's be honest, man. That's world class. That's world class. That's world class.
Do you know what, yeah? Jamie Redknapp said it, yeah, after the game. He said Salah doesn't get the plaudits that some of these, like, Kane gets and stuff like that.
I agree.
He's right in saying that.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree.
I think Salah's probably the most underrated player in the Prem and maybe the world. Like the goals he scores, and he just doesn't get the same recognition as like a Guerrero or even a Aubameyang and stuff like that. But he's still constantly. I think it's going to be like 4 years now where he's been like nearly trying to go for the Golden Boot in the Prem. So
well, I think this is the third season he's hit 20 goals in a row. Third or fourth season? I can't remember if it's 3 or 4 seasons. Huh?
It's the fourth.
Yeah, since he arrived.
Yeah, 4. This will be the 4th one.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. This is the numbers are ridiculous. Like, anyone with those numbers would be lauded around the press, man. What is it about Salah? I mean, again, they brought up in the studio today about him being too greedy, and I'm just like fed up with that. Why doesn't he not get the plaudits that he deserves?
If I'm honest, he's your non-traditional foreign player, i.e. he's not from Europe, he's African. That has a big impact. He's been touted as a diver, he's been touted as greedy, and generally speaking, outside of Liverpool, I just don't think he's loved at all. And even within Liverpool, within our own little fan groups, there's mixed opinion on him. Like, I've been one to call him a diver and greedy and all that kind of stuff as well. He doesn't get the plaudits he deserved, and I don't know whether it's the way his persona comes over, it's how he's represented in the press. I don't know what it is. He's loved in Africa, but in terms of Europe, there's no love for him, and I think the respect needs to be given to him a lot more, because other than that first season, people ain't really rating him. They're not really respecting him as they should.
I mean, if Messi does what Salah done today with that second goal, I mean, what is everyone saying then? Everyone's saying how great Messi is, and I think, yeah, people need to put some respect on his name a bit more, man, because he's a solid performer. I mean, I said it before, he doesn't necessarily give you what Mane gives you in terms of the way you can see Mane's physical effort on the pitch. Salah sometimes looks a bit like maybe he's not trying, but numbers don't lie, man. 4 seasons in a row to hit 20 goals. Wow. But
I think we just got to accept Salah for who he is, man. He's a goal scorer. He might not do all the hard work and the graft and all that. He just scores goals. We just got to accept that. Yeah.
To be fair though, James, he put in all of the work today. He was closing down, he was back in his own area, he was heading balls out. Complete performance, man. You can't.
After his 2 goals, he actually cleared a ball from a header from a corner, didn't he?
Yeah. He looked on top form today, and he doesn't make a fuss about his goal scoring. I think that's probably another reason. And maybe he's a Muslim as well. He's more down to earth. He's humble. He's always indoors. Whatever. He's not out there like that. He's not looking for fame, and that maybe probably adds to the fact that he doesn't get the recognition he deserves. But he's right up there in my book. Right up there.
JJ, did you see Salah's post-match interview?
No, I didn't. What did he say?
You know what? I don't think they should allow him to do that anymore because he's too honest.
What did he say?
Too honest. It's just the way he said. For me, he just says things you don't expect him to say as a footballer. Like they asked him, did he feel extra pressure? Like that Mane and Firmino went there. He said, "Yeah, I felt extra pressure, but I just went out there. I just performed that how I need to." Basically, he said, and he said, "Yeah, I've got my goals." And he's like, I've got goals before and we won the game without. I played without them before. That's what he said. But the way he said it could be interpreted a little bit arrogant.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. It was just honestly. He was smiling when he said it because he had played without them before and he scored without them before. You know what I mean? So I just feel like his move and training skills need honing a little bit before he gets let loose on the press. He had a slight little rant about VAR as well, that he doesn't like it, and stuff like that. But yeah, I just think Mo's too honest for a post-match interview. But it was nice to see him come out and do it though, because he doesn't do many though, does he? Sorry, people. I'm apologising because I'm getting enough feedback, so it's a little bit off-putting. So it's kind of halting my chain of thought. Anyway, 2-0, we're comfortable. Then for the third goal, man, some great football. I mean, Oxlade-Chamberlain comes off the bench, comes on for Divock Origi.
Not his biggest fan. Sorry.
Before we talk about Ox, can we just assess Divock's game today? What did you make of it, Sam, man?
You know he's my former family member, innit? And I cast him out from the family. Because he was just doing all kind of foolishness, and I'm like, you can't come round for Sunday dinner no more, you know what I mean? But I don't know, he frustrates me because the slightest little nick, he goes down, he holds his ankle like he's been snapped in two, and he lays on the floor still when the game's going on. I'm like, up you get, come on, get on with it. When he takes his man on the wing, he seems to have a lot of intention to drive at players, even when he doesn't get past them, and I like that in a player.
Yeah.
And occasionally, he actually has an effect on the game. Occasionally, but he's so inconsistent within 90 minutes. It's frustrating and hard to actually watch him. I mean, he had a moment where I think he took on Kufa, and he pulled the ball back, and Shaq had a shot, and I think might have been Declan Rice, or I'm not sure who blocked it. And that was perfect. That's what I want to see him doing all the time when he's playing wide. But he's so inconsistent with it. It's just frustrating. And I think the worst thing about him is, as a striker, I now no longer see a real goal from him. I don't ever really think he's going to score anymore. I don't know when he last scored. Because someone told me when he last scored. I mean,
I wouldn't write him off.
It's just there's nothing there. You know? You wouldn't?
Nah, not at all. I think he needs a run. I think today was much better than last game. I think he's someone that needs a couple more games in him. He needs to get motoring. He needs to get moving. I wouldn't write him off just yet. Trust me, I wouldn't write him off just yet. I'm not saying he's the best player in the world.
I agree with Sam. I feel like he's too inconsistent. I think after when the second half started, I think for the first 15 minutes he played really well, but you can't play well for 15 minutes and expect to start or something like that. For the whole first half, he was poor.
I'm not even talking about starting. I just wouldn't write him off coming up with important goals throughout the whole season.
I feel like he with important goals, but twice or 3 times a season. I think that's not good.
That's all you need sometimes.
I feel like it's not good.
Makeda. You remember Makeda for United scoring that winner against Aston Villa? You don't need 10 important goals.
All these important goals.
I feel like
you don't need.
I feel like the only reason why he's still here.
Sometimes just be one important goal.
I feel like the only reason why he's still here is because of that Champions League final goal and the Barcelona goal. And I feel like
that's massive, though, isn't it?
The only reason why he's
that's massive, though.
It is massive, but I feel like we need to move on now. If we want to keep winning,
I'm not looking backwards, but at the same time, I'm not writing him off for the rest of the season. You can't. I mean, he can come up with important goals.
Yeah, but James, it's easy to say that we can't write him off now because we can't. We can't even afford to loan anyone out.
Exactly.
Because of our injury situation, so he gets a stay of execution.
Of course.
If you ask anybody, if the season was normal without COVID, he'd have been gone at the end.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm not factoring in all those other variables that are going on there, man. I'm talking about right now. His second game was better than his first game, and I think his next 2 games will be better than his last 2 games. So I'm not writing him off. I'm not saying he's the best player in the world right now, but I'm not writing him off just yet. He's part of the squad. He looks like he has got a good mentality on him right now. He's not sulking about the place and throwing his toys out the pram. He looked on it today, and that's what I want to see. So fair play to him.
So James, let me ask you then, considering Mane was out injured today, would you leave Mane on the bench if he's fit for Brighton and let Origi start again to keep Mane?
Oh, come on, man. Oh, come on. I'm not talking about Origi as a starting
No,
player.
no,
I'm just
no,
saying,
no.
James,
I'm not
James, I'm asking you in terms of the
I-
next game.
of course, I would. You know me and Mane. We're like,
Your family member.
we're like, what's that? What's that twins when they join at the hip?
Yeah.
We're like twins join at the hip, mate.
Siamese twins, yeah?
What?
Lizard. That's what I mean for
Someone said
lizard
to
out.
me, you got the same hairline as him, yeah?
Don't even try and go there, you know. You're spirit boy, but you know, I'll let you have that one still.
You know what, yes, Sam?
Nah, mate, I shave my thing off, cuz.
Woo! You make a good point. You make a
Nah, but
very
no,
good point,
Mane's
Sam.
for me, Mane's in the top 5 best players in the world. He still hasn't shown that yet. He's still yet to show that, and that's the frustrating thing. I'm still waiting for him to show what I really believe he has inside of him. So there's no way I'm leaving that guy out. No way. No way.
I'm the opposite though. I'd actually leave Mane out on Thursday. It's Thursday we play Brighton, right?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know why I'd leave him out Thursday? If there's any sort of hint of a possibility of he gets injured in that game and he doesn't make Sunday, I'd happily leave him out against Brighton. We should have enough to beat Brighton on Thursday.
Actually, yeah, when you put it that way, when it's against Brighton, yeah, I get where you're coming from. True.
Yeah.
No, I get that. Yeah, that's true.
In
Still.
general terms, James is 100% right. Like, you don't leave Mane out for a reason.
Yeah.
In terms of Mane having that little slight muscle injury,
Yeah. I forgot it was the Brighton game. Sorry.
Yeah. So I'd happily leave them out and say
No, I get that.
because that's a big game coming up on Sunday. But anyway, back to the goals. The third goal, it was a great bit of football, and I mean, Oxlade-Chamberlain hasn't really featured much this season. A lot of substitute appearances. I think today was like his 100th substitute appearance. I mean, that's probably over between his career between Southampton, Arsenal, and Liverpool. But 100 substitute appearances. Wow. What's Ox got to do to get a run in any team, let alone our team?
Please don't ask me that question. Please don't ask me.
Me either. Go to JJ because I don't want to dub him, innit?
Yeah.
So go to JJ.
I think he just has to stay fit because it's too many times where he plays well, but then he plays well, gets injured, and then 2-3 weeks later he comes again, needs to find his form again. We can't keep like bring him in, bring him out. We just have to keep someone consistent, and for him to start a lot of games, I think he needs to stay fit over a period of time.
Yeah, the thing is with Oxlade-Chamberlain as well, I think he hasn't even got the ability to be a great super sub. I mean, I think he's only scored twice from the bench. I'm struggling. I like the kid, but I'm struggling to see his future in our team and in our squad because he doesn't play at a consistent level either from the start or from the bench. Where do we go with this kid?
I already told you, Slim. He's a tour guide, bro. He's a tour guide. He's good for our social media.
I don't even want to talk because
he's good for our social media. He works for the channel. You know what I mean? He's our tour guide. And long may he stay in that level, but he's never going to start consistent games for Liverpool. The end. That's it.
Well, I guess today he comes off the bench and does his job to good effect because I mean the one-touch football that was happening in the edge of West Ham's box was Liverpool of old. It sounds weird saying of old because it was only like last season, the season before, but I'm going to use it anyway. And it's actually breaking my heart that this guy is near 90% out of the door. It was lovely little finish from Ronaldo, man. I think, Sam, you might have to take a pay cut, man, to do this podcast because I think your buttons are needed elsewhere, man. We've got to get Winny's name signed on the dotted line by hook or by crook, man.
Bro, it's done, innit? It's done. He's going. So let's enjoy what's left. Yeah, not get too frustrated when he does his madness. And just leave it at that. He's gone. He's gone. Just like James, by the look of it. But hey.
Wow, we just lost James. That's crazy. Anyway, we'll keep going. He'll probably join back in shortly, people. Yeah, no, I'm still holding out hope that Ronaldo signs a contract, man, because I feel like he's doing what Alonso did, he's doing what Suarez did. He's probably having one of the best spell with us that he's had. I mean, don't get me wrong, obviously he's won titles, he's won Champions League and stuff, and he's been instrumental to that. But just there's something about him this season. I just feel like he's having the form of his life. And I think to let him go on a free and lose him would just be criminal. Absolutely criminal.
So what's Slim? Are you saying that if it is a money thing, let's say it's not just the fact that he wants to play for Barcelona and he wants to move to a warmer climate and experience a different culture and all of that stuff. If it's just a money thing,
I'm not sure what's
and he's saying, I want to be one of the top
everybody.
earners, would you pay him that money considering he's 29, 30, and this is going to be his last big contract? And I'm talking like Van Dijk money.
JJ shaking his head.
Nah.
JJ's like,
That's what's reported, isn't it? That's what's reported that he wants.
Why wouldn't you?
I've looked next season when Virgil comes back and our defenders, and then Fabinho and Henderson comes back into the midfield. I don't see where he can start consistently, because I think he's going to always play Henderson, who's our captain. Fabinho will play, and for me, technically, Thiago is I wouldn't say much better, but he's a better player than Jimmy. So I don't see why we would pay so much for Ronaldo, where like a Virgil money, where he's not that important. He is important, but we've got replacement. Our midfield is still going to look good without him.
That's a good point. I feel like Thiago, I think none of our midfielders can do what Ronaldo does. His ball retention, is off the charts. I mean, the way he protects that ball is just crazy. It's like it's his newborn baby. And his ability to get up and down the pitch and make a tackle is on a par with, say, a Fabinho. Who's our best tackling midfield, would you say? It'd be Fabinho, wouldn't it?
Tackling. But I think if you look, Thiago at the moment, he's been making some good tackles. If you watch him, it's a game where I didn't think of it, but he actually makes good tackles, breaks play up, which I like from him.
I don't know. I just don't trust Thiago right now in anywhere near a sixth position. I don't think he's got the pace. There was a couple of times where the attack was breaking down today, and he looked like he was treading water. Thiago. I just feel like what Ronaldo offers, none of the other midfielders give you. They all give it to you separately. Henderson, great positioning, great covering. Fabinho, excellent tackler, leader of the play, can spray a great pass. Thiago, we know technically he's probably the best midfielder we have right now, but none of them do all three of those jobs. Whereas for me, Ronaldo can.
So you're saying next year, if he stayed, what would be our three midfielders that would start?
I think he'd rotate between Thiago, Fabinho, they'd be the mainstay, and then you'd be Henderson, Ronaldo to drop it out.
Nah.
I do.
And I think that's the main issue. I think Ronaldo's basically saying, will I play every game next year? And I don't think Klopp can promise that to him. And I think that's one little issue as well.
Maybe that's the game changer for Ronaldo, the fact that he can't play every single game.
But in saying that, realistically, you're at a top club, top club. Yeah, English champions, Champions League winners from just a year ago, consistently competing now. Do you really think that in central midfield, unless you're, I don't even know who to call out, unless you're De Bruyne, how are you really thinking you can demand to be having a starting place every week? I'm sorry, you've got to compete for your place, so that's a little bit weak. If that's what his attitude is, then no, he's got to come better than that. Because everyone in that midfield has had to sit down. Henderson's had to sit down as captain. Yes, if he doesn't get a starting place guaranteed every single week, where's Winny going with that talk? Nah, forget that, man. Forget that. He could go and slot in at Barcelona because they need players.
Yeah, and I feel like that's why he wants to go there. I feel like he would know to start every game.
Good for him then. But if he ain't got that fight anymore for Liverpool, then, you know what I mean? I want to see that fire in his belly that he showed when he came off the bench against Barca. And if he doesn't think he's got the stomach for that anymore, then he can piss off. Thanks for everything.
Ooh, piss off, you know.
Woo! You know what, Sam? You make a great point, mate. You make a great point. Like you said, who we are, where we are in terms of our football, there's always going to be a fight for position, so you're not guaranteed to start. So well, it's going to be interesting to see when it finally does come out why he leaves, what the reasons are. I personally thought it's a length of contract thing. I mean, he's 30 now, isn't it? So I guess he wants a bit of stability. And I just think maybe we're not offering him that. I've said it before on there as well. Maybe we're just not offering him the longer the time. Can't be a money thing. The guy's rich enough as it is, man. Jeez. But time will tell. We'll see. I just think it'll be a crying shame to lose him because he's a great midfielder and he's been excellent for us. There's a lot of doubters on Ronaldo from the start, but I think he's grown on a lot of people and they see his importance. And yeah, man, it'd be a shame. But he gets his goal. I think we got part Holland winning today, man, because he gets his goal the way he gets in the box. You know, we love the celebration as well, man. Always remembering Big Bird. You know what I'm saying? It's great, man. So 3-0, we're cruising, and then a moment that I think Ox won't be proud of. They get a corner, we clear the first one, the second corner, Dawson gets round and nicks it past Alisson, and I know defenders love their clean sheets, and I'm sure there's probably bonuses for all of those things, so they would have been upset. But in hindsight, looking at that goal, can you have a man like Ox marking someone like Dawson on a set piece?
Yeah, you can. Do your job, innit? Don't ask me about nothing to do with Ox. I just don't.
Can I just say one thing quickly?
Yeah, go on.
Sam, when did you change your mind about Ox? Because I seem to remember I was literally the only one that was saying no to Ox. You was backing him hard. All of a sudden, you turn your back on him. When did that happen?
Pre-season, bro. Pre-season. I said, let me wipe the slate clean. Yeah, and if he starts the season fresh, then I'm going to give him a chance. He got injured again. Yeah, then came back, and it took about flipping 3 months to come back. I don't know what the injury was, but it's always, apart from his big injury against Roma, it's always unspecified with Ox. And so you never know when he's coming back. And it's like, I'm tired of it, man. I'm tired. I see him more on social media than I do on the pitch.
Unspecified means a very long time.
Well, when it comes to Ox, sure, bloody, yeah.
Yeah, well, he was at fault for their goal, West Ham's goal, because I saw it from the first corner. He's jockeying. Dawson's hiding behind the West Ham player, and he's jockeying. And luckily, Robertson clears it at the front post, I think it is. But the second one, he's jockeying, looking for Dawson, and Ox goes left, Dawson goes round to the right, sort of thing, and he just stops and leaves him, and then he just goes in and gets the goal. It's a little bit upsetting, but I guess when you've been in the form that we've been, to win a game 3-0 or 3-1, you'll take it, wouldn't you? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think it's hugs and daps all round for the team today, man. They played well, man. Just want to know, who would you give man of the match to? Start with JJ.
To be me, I would give it to Matt Phillips. I feel like Klopp should be starting him all the time. I feel like I don't know why he hasn't started. I feel like he's what we're looking for at this time of moment. He's a person that likes to go win headers. He makes the clearances. Just get it out. And I feel like that's what we need right now at this time. And I feel like it showed today. He handled Antonio well a few times. Got him a bit of balance. There was one time when Antonio was running, I think he pulled him a little bit, which was good. And I'd give him man of the match. Obviously Salah with the 2 goals, but I think Nat Phillips was the good.
Fair enough. That is fair enough. The kid did well today at centre back. After that performance today from Nat Phillips, is there a case for him to play more and us to not look for a centre back?
I think.
Go on, JJ.
I think we need to start playing him more. Was it against West Ham where he got man of the match, where he was winning headers from corners, and then after that he didn't seem to get played anymore, and it was more what's his name?
Yeah, with the home game he played, wasn't it?
Yeah, he played really well then, and then it's like Klopp just doesn't like to play him, but I feel like he needs to play him more. I feel like he should keep Henderson and if Fabinho's still out, play Henderson and Williams again. And then on against Brighton and see how it goes.
you boys, Sam, you sat back in your seat, boy. It's like you didn't agree with that one.
No, not even that. Not even that. I was just your question was twofold, isn't it? Should he play more? Which is a definite yes, based off his performances have never really produced a mistake that's cost us a goal. And I can't say the same for Williams. He knows what he's good at. He does it. He's basic, but he just sticks to his job, and he gives absolutely everything.
Yeah,
You see him even trying to go for a header when we were attacking, and he's looking to headbutt man's shoulder just to get his head on the ball. He's just on it. He's just on it. So in terms of him playing more, he would be my first choice as the auxiliary or the secondary choice for centre back alongside Henderson or whoever. In terms of us not buying anyone, no. We still have to get someone. I don't know, what's the name of the guy?
You've only got a say though, right?
Now?
That's what I was going to say next. Yeah, you're saying, Sam, that we still need to buy someone. Yeah, but James, what's the guy's name? He's from Preston.
Is it David or what's his name?
If you give me a second, I'm going to get it.
Let me check myself.
I'm going to get it.
Ben Davies.
Ben Davies.
Yeah, Davies.
Ben
Yeah.
Davies from Preston. Now, everybody in the group sort of was like, who? And complained that we need someone saying that we need someone with experience. If you're going to go out and get a Ben Davies from the Championship, is that any difference to saying Nat Phillips?
No, it's not. I heard that he's even going Celtic anyway. So I think that was just a rumour, to be fair. I heard that he's going Celtic or something like that.
Well, that rumour made it all the way to the Sky Sports studio at half time, and they seem to be following it as well. So, I wouldn't get the Sky Sports to take it serious.
Yeah, but Sky Sports still stir the pot. Even though they're official, they still stir the pot, though. Let's be honest about that. Until someone sign, I don't know. I can't comment. But it's clear. As Rafa would say, it's very clear that we need a centre back, or even two centre backs. To be honest with you.
So you're in the camp, James. You still need to sign someone.
Yeah, I mean, Nat Phillips is a young guy. He's got a long future ahead of him. The pressure on him to play for the rest of the season, whilst we're trying to retain a title, is just ridiculous. To be honest with you, mate. How old is he? What, 19, 20? I know age doesn't matter, but
yeah, but that's where names and careers are made. That's where names and careers are made. Like,
but you know, from if you're gonna make a name for yourself, you know from the person's first game, this guy's gonna be world class. It's gonna be straight away from their first game. I think putting pressure on Nat Phillips to fill in at CB with another midfielder who's not a CB for the rest of the season, when you've got Man City coming, you've got Everton coming, you've still got, I think, Arsenal, Chelsea at home as well, and United away. I'm not quite sure that is a great fit. The geezer's 19, 20. Nah, he shouldn't even be in that position. He should still be learning his trade right now, and still learning under
that is where I'm going to jump in you, James. He still should be learning his trade. The only way he's going to learn his trade is if he plays.
Yeah, he's getting minutes. But you can still get minutes in cup games, League Cup games.
No. Hold on. I don't. Cup games isn't anything for anyone's development for a starter.
Yeah. Okay.
I know you just playing cup games. Now, secondly, if we're looking at this guy Ben Davies, who plays in the Championship.
I don't think we are looking at him. I think that's just a rumour. But yeah, carry on.
We'll just go with the rumour.
Yeah.
We're looking at this guy that plays in the Championship. To me, he's no different to Nat Phillips.
That one I agree with. 100%.
Someone from the ranks then buy the figure touted is 2 million, then spend 2 million on this guy who's only played in the Championship. I mean, Nat Phillips is in training every single day. Klopp has everybody in the same training facility. We've got this new training facility there. He can see everybody. Nat Phillips trains with the first team, been training with the first team. What's this Ben Davies guy going to bring? For me,
in terms of that,
if it's not someone established, forget it. Just stay with Nat Phillips.
In terms of that, I totally agree.
You're saying that Klopp's seeing them train all the time and all of that kind of stuff. Doesn't that really tell you what he thinks of someone like Nat Phillips? He's playing him because he has to, not because he wants to. Exactly. And that's scary. I mean, he's doing the job, but obviously Klopp doesn't trust him enough to say, do you know what, we're all right with him.
He's not ready yet.
And a Fabinho if he can stay fit, and Matip if he can stay fit.
Ready yet.
clearly Klopp doesn't trust him. But I'm not saying what Klopp's thinking. I'm just giving my opinion. Personally, I feel like he's there. He's training. You can work with him. He's been working with his team for the squad for a long time. Yeah. Anything that you're not happy with him, I'm sure you can change that about his game. Whoever comes in is going to need to get up to speed, if you like. They might even get thrown straight in, but they're not going to be up to speed with the way we play, the way we like to play out the back. Even Alisson. Nat Phillips has got all those hours training with Alisson behind him, so he knows, right, this has happened, Ali's going to do this. Oh, I can leave the ball there because Ali will cut. Do you get what I'm saying? That chemistry is slightly starting to build up between him and the rest of the defenders. So,
What defenders, though? What defenders are you talking about? Sorry.
No, well, the rest, whoever plays in the back four, your Trent, your Robbo, your Henderson, your Fabinho's, that relationship's already starting to build. Where whoever comes in now has got to build this rapport, get to know these players, and it's got to work. There's no guarantee it's going to work straight away. And like James, you said, we're fighting for a title, to retain a title here. So I just don't see the point.
Can I just say, I agree with you. If we're comparing Nat Phillips to the Ben Davis guy, then there's no need to bring the Ben Davis guy in. There's no need for it at all. Nat Phillips is already, like you said, he's already there. He's already in the mix. That one I agree with. But if we're looking for a more senior person that's got more experience, then I think it's something we need to go out and do. But look, you've only got what, a day or 2 days, or maybe a day or whatever it is. So
tomorrow, as we sit here, it closes tomorrow.
If we don't get anyone, we need to crack on. We're in the trenches right now. We need to make it happen. We need to put City under pressure. Yeah. So let's keep going, man.
I feel that our defence hasn't been as bad as people say it is. I feel like if you look, I'm looking at the games now. Last time we conceded 2 in the league was against Everton. I feel like we actually don't concede that many goals, even with our centre-back pairing we have now.
I agree with that, JJ.
The issue that has been is that we have the ball so much, but we don't create chances. We haven't been creating chances. And look, if you look at the table, look how many draws we have. We have so many draws, so many. When it's been 1-1 games, 0-0 games, we haven't. It's not like every game we're going in, we're conceding 3 goals. We usually concede 1 goal, and that's it. We haven't conceded 2 goals since Everton. So, in my opinion, when we always go into games, the pundits always saying it's the defence, it's defence, it's defence. But game after game, we haven't conceded. We've even conceded 1 or 0 or no goals.
I've got to say one thing though, JJ. It's not about that. It's about getting those midfielders out of the defence to help.
We've had the ball. It's not the defence's fault. The front 3 are not working together and not creating chances. That's just my opinion. It's the defence fault.
JJ, do you know what's funny about that? You make a brilliant point.
Yeah, fantastic
point. Imagine all of that. We don't create chances, and we've still scored the most goals in the league.
Yeah,
so
but
has our drop off been that bad?
That's scoring.
We brought everyone else into this title race.
7 against
Palace.
It has, son. It has.
That's a great point.
It has. You're absolutely spot on.
I said it to a Man United fan. Yeah, you're not at the top of the league for merit. You're at the top of the league because we have dropped off. And you're right. And to go back to JJ's point, yeah, a defender doesn't solve any problems. Buying a defender doesn't solve any problems to me. I think we are fine how we are, and we should carry on how we are. I think the midfield is coping without the likes of Fabinho and Henderson in there. So why are we going to go and spend X amount of money on some makeshift defender for no reason? It's not going to improve. What's it going to improve?
Maybe, just maybe, bro, in the bigger games, the games against your Cities, your Uniteds, the midfield will suffer slightly from not having our actual normal midfielders there. So the fact that we haven't got Fabinho in there, we haven't got Henderson in there. Who knows how we would have played against United if Henderson was in midfield for that game, for example. You know? And maybe that's just why getting another body in might help release one of those midfielders, as James said, and put them in their correct position.
What are you going to say to that, JJ? You want to say that?
I'm saying that in the big games, we've kind of performed well. We haven't performed it's the games where we're losing games and drawing the games against the little teams where we have most of the ball. And it's not the defence's problem. It's people like Firmino, who's our number 9, who's not scoring goals. That's why I think what we're missing is Jota coming back. I think Jota's going to be a big, big when he comes back.
That's going to be a big
Would it be too late by then, though, JJ?
I think he's coming back in about a week's time. I feel like if we don't beat City, I think that's it. I think we won't be able to catch them. So it might be too late, but I don't.
There you go. Liverpool agree fee in the region of $2 million for Ben Davies. Sky Sports, it's official.
But signing Ben Davies ain't going to help us beat City, in my opinion. That's in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with you, JJ. I don't think that's the problem. I think now the fact that we've got a Ben Davies in, if he plays, imagine he plays against City and we still don't win, then what?
Yeah.
Where are we then? Exactly. It makes no difference. I'm with JJ. The centre back thing has never really bothered me right now. I feel like we've been coping so well. Again, we've just gone back to that not being able to beat the little teams, having all the ball and no threat.
Can I just say one thing though, quickly? We're talking about City. Have we forgotten that we've got a midweek game against Brighton?
No, we haven't. But we're talking about. We're talking about the title. We're talking about the title.
Yeah, but no, the title. Mate, Brighton's inclusive, but that game's part of the title race, right?
But even if we beat Brighton, if we don't beat City, that's it. That's the title done.
No, I wouldn't say so. We need to beat Brighton first, mate.
Okay, but if we beat Brighton, yeah, hypothetically we beat Brighton, yeah, and we lose to City, that's 10 points. They're 7 ahead of us now.
City's got a game as well, haven't they? They got a game
But they got a game in hand.
They got a game in hand, so I class that as 7 points.
Yeah.
Against Villa, though.
The way City are playing.
Their game in hand against Villa.
Yeah, but their game in hand against Villa. Okay, but what is it, home or away? It'll be, I think it'll be away for them. They played Villa at home already, didn't they? I think when that dodgy goal came from Cancelo, innit?
True, yeah.
Yeah, I think that was their home. But anyway, I'm just classing it as they're 7 points ahead because they've got a game in hand. We lose to City. We beat Brighton, we lose City, that's 10 points, man. I'm with JJ, I think the title's done. City have hit a proper rich vein of form and are going, guns blazing. So it'll be very difficult to overturn 10 points.
City will drop points, man. City will drop points.
Yeah, but we'll drop points as well. We'll drop points as well. And I think 10 points is too big of a gap.
Anyway, listen, we veered off track slightly. I did ask about man of the match and just gave it to Nat. We went off on a tangent, which is fine. Just quickly, Sam, who would your man of the match go to, man?
I'm going to give it to Salah. Although we expect that kind of level of performance, I think he was awesome today, man. Complete performance.
What about yourself, James?
I was going to give it to Salah, but Sam stole my thunder. So I'll give it to Captain Marvel. I'll give it to Captain Marvel.
Great back. You know what? Yeah. I'm gonna stick true to form. I'm gonna go with Salah as well, man, because I just feel like it was Salah. He was back with there. Plus, I triple captain him in fantasy football. Come on, God, there's points. Times are wasting, so let's move on swiftly. Let's move on to the.
I'm enjoying this tonight, mate. I'll tell you what. I'm loving it.
You're not well red, yeah?
Yeah, I'm loving it tonight, mate. Yeah, JJ's a secret weapon, man. He knows his football seriously, man. Big up JJ still.
Only people with serious football knowledge.
With the calm, concise points coming through. Well done, mate. Well done.
Thank you.
On Saturday, little brother played Newcastle United and got shafted well and truly. I watched that game. Callum Wilson was a handful all game, and his first goal was a great header. I mean, the way he got up, I mean, it was terrible defending. You don't let Callum Wilson have a free header in your box.
You know?
But he got up, leaped like a salmon, and he flicked it on and got it right in the far corner and generated most of the power for his header. He's an excellent header, man. Good game for Newcastle. I think people were talking trash about him and then down in the trenches, but managed to come early side and get 3 points. Their second goal. Did you see Newcastle United's second goal?
I haven't seen it yet, you know.
Listen, Maximum, yeah. He
That
had no right getting to the ball. It looked like he was gonna go out. He gets to the ball. He plays up the line. I'm not sure who to. Plays up the line, and then that person switches it over to Callum Wilson. He takes the touch. He's buries it past Pickford. It's a lovely counter. Like Liverpool scored that goal, people will be going, clinical Liverpool, blah blah blah. It was great. It was a great goal for Newcastle, man. West Brom Fulham, that was 2-2. Did anybody watch that game? I didn't catch that game.
No. I've got Werner in my fantasy team, but that West Brom player, man, he got me 13 points. Thank you very much.
Look at pink champagne for his pink jumper, you know. What's wrong with this guy?
It's not pink, you know. It's not pink. It's not pink. It's not
Oh,
pink.
it's salmon, yeah?
No, I don't even know what colour it is.
Anyway, Man City weren't as clinical.
Oh, to hell with Man City.
Hey, man, listen, no, come on, man, we're football fans.
No, I'm just saying.
They managed to get past Sheffield United 1-0. Did anybody watch that game?
No, I thought it was a foregone conclusion, so I saw it was 1-0 after like 9 minutes, and I thought I'm not even switching over. I thought it'd be 3 or 4, so.
You lot are terrible, man. You're watching their football, like, what's
There's
going on,
too
man?
much football on at the moment.
It's embarrassing, man. Do you know what, James? You're right.
There's football on every 2 or 3 days, man. You can't keep
It's
up.
quite difficult to take it all in, man.
Yeah.
Especially when doing the podcast doesn't pay your bills, you know what I'm saying? You still got to go to work and that.
Mm-hmm.
Palace Wolves, Palace won that 1-0, but I think we're only interested in what's going on at the top now. Arsenal, Man United. I took that game in, and I was expecting big things from that game, and I was a little bit disappointed, man.
I'm happy with the result. I'm more than happy with the result. Yeah. I wish United lost, but I'm happy.
I felt Arsenal could have won the game. I felt
Should have, yeah.
might be there for the taking. I think Arsenal had a lot of chances. They created well. They played really good football, actually, Arsenal, to be fair to them. And again, it just proves my point that Man United, they had no right being at the top of the league when they were at the top of the league, the 2-week party, you know what I'm saying? Because they're not good enough to win the league this season. I don't feel like they're good enough. It's just,
You have to be good enough though to win the league, or can results just go your way? Can you string a run of results?
Do you know what, James? Obviously, that was the 6th game I think they played against like proper big teams.
Yeah.
And I think they've scored 1 goal and not won any of them. Like, is it possible to win the league not winning any of the top 4 games? If you beat everybody else, you're going to go close.
Exactly.
I used to say that, but I don't think it's possible anymore. You have to beat the big teams. You have to beat some of the big teams.
And I think you have to beat the team that you're challenging against as well.
Say that again, JJ, please.
Beat the team that you're challenging against. I remember what year was it? We got a point away from City. If you looked, we didn't beat City. They beat us and we drew to them. And that showed that if we beat them once, we would have won the title. So I feel like you have to beat the team that you're challenging against.
That Sane goal at the end. Yeah. I remember that very clearly. Yeah.
JJ coming again with another good point.
I'm telling you, this guy's a diamond.
I guess you can lose, but the top teams, there's so many top teams now, I don't think you can lose to all of them or draw to all of them. You have to beat them. And I mean, they came to our place and they drew. I just don't think, like, forget the rivalry, yeah? I'm talking with a pure football head. I just don't think Manchester United, football-wise, are good enough to be at the top of the league and winning the Prem.
Fair enough.
They were at the top and they had the opportunity to stay at the top and hold it. And, you know what I mean? You can't go and lose into teams like Sheffield United at home when you're talking about winning a title. Those are games you've got to win.
Fair point. Fair point. Fair point.
Again, they were not there on merit. They were there because City had a sluggish start. We're having our slump now. They just happen to be in the pole position to take advantage of it. A bit like Spurs did. Do you know what I mean? So,
it's us
they're pretenders, huh?
That's it, man. A lot of people got gassed. You lot said Oli was a PE teacher. Now look, shut up.
PE teacher, Libby.
For me, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer isn't the managerial level required to get Manchester.
Let him stay there. Let him stay there for 10 years.
I'm grateful that
Let him stay there.
I'm so happy he's still there. Because the longer he's there, the longer they're going to be in the background. Just waiting. I remember us. We used to be run by Sir Alex Ferguson. I'm good with that. I'm happy with that.
You know?
So, yeah. And, you know what, yeah? Villa, man. The team I like to watch, man. Southampton.
What a team.
There's a couple of dubious decisions in that game. I think there was a handball that Southampton should have had a penalty for, and I think there was a really, really tight offside that didn't go in Southampton's favour. But Dean Smith, man, he's got Villa playing some good football, man, and they're picking up some good results, man. They're a nice side to watch, man. Barkley's back, and that was the combination for the goal, Grealish Barkley, man. And I think that was at first I looked and I was like, Ross, man, is that a good move for you? But I think it's proved a good move for Barkley going to a team like Villa. I think he's slowly becoming a big fish in a small pond at Villa.
For real. Can I ask you one question though, Slim, real quick though?
Go on.
You take Grealish.
Do you know what? Yeah, I want to say yes. But
No,
I just don't see where he fits
Yes
in.
or no?
I
Yes,
don't
yes
see
or no?
where he fits
Yes
in.
or no? Yes or no?
Yeah. Seeing as I'm the so-called host, yeah, let me throw it to other people and give a time to think. Innit? What do you say, Sam?
I'd prefer Maddison. You know, I think Maddison
crazy?
suits our style of play better. I think Grealish is too much of an individual, and he's too much of a star in that team. I can't see him playing for Liverpool. Not for me. Not for me.
What about you, JJ?
If you had the offer to take him, I say take him.
Go on, JJ.
What, you want to spunk out some 70, 80 million on an Englishman?
That's what I'm considering the price. But it was just if you had the money, I'd say.
Say again, JJ, please.
I say if obviously you have to consider the price and stuff. But I say if you had the money and he said he wants to come, I don't see why we turn him down.
Exactly.
Where are you playing him, JJ? Where are you playing him?
He can play on the wing, left wing, and he can also go into the midfield as well. And I think what he does more than what you said, Maddison, I think Grealish brings the ball up, I think, a bit better, and he adds a bit of flair as well, which I think missing a bit.
I'll just say one thing though, JJ. You see Slim and Slam, yeah. They are so stuck in this 4-3-3, the same 11 for the next 5 years. They would take that happily. Things have to move on. They don't want to move on from this same 11 that we've got for the last 2 or 3 years. That's Slim and Slam. They want to stay with the same 11.
Listen,
for
do
the
you know
next
what
10
happens
years.
here? Is he asks to come on the pod, yeah? He has a drink, has some Dutch courage, and starts chatting breeze. Yeah, this is what happens. Yeah? You can see him, he's rolling off his chair. Look at the state of this guy.
I'm good. No, but it's true though. It's true though. You two, yeah, you don't like change. That's the point I'm trying to make. You do not like change. You, Slim, and you, Sam. You do not like change. You want to stay
Sorry,
with
Uncle.
you want to stay with the same 4-3-3 for the next 10 years. If you had it your way.
Let me answer that. Yeah, you asked me originally, would I take Grealish? And I said to you, I would.
You hesitated. You put a caveat there.
Hold on. The reason why I struggle to see where he fits in is because if we want, for the next 5 years, do you see Henderson, Thiago, or Fabinho going anywhere? As in terms of, are they going to retire or even leave the club?
Mate, forget that. He's not challenging them. He's not challenging them for a position, though.
Okay, all right, fine. But do you pay 100 million for a guy to challenge for a position?
You didn't say anything about 100 million. Where'd you get that from?
Okay. Maybe not 100 million. That's excessive. But Jack Grealish right now, in my opinion, is a 40 to 60 million pound player at the moment.
Great.
Do you pay 60 million for someone to challenge?
Hell yeah.
I mean,
he's got 16 goals and assists at the moment this season. You can't not take notice of that. If you're a big club, you cannot ignore that. I'm sorry, you cannot ignore that. 16 goals and assists.
I'm a fan of Jack Grealish. Let's get it right. I'm a fan of Jack Grealish, but I still want to know where he fits into my team. If you buy a player like Jack Grealish, in my eyes, he's a starter. And who does he get ahead of? Because there's 3 guys in that midfield who are going to be here for the next 2-3 seasons at least. Does he get ahead of those?
Yeah, but Grealish, we're not looking for the 2-3 years. We're looking for the next 6-7 years.
Exactly. Oh God, Julian.
And
what
obviously, we're going to have to get, if we don't get him now, he's going to go to someone like Man United, and then that's
I'm
our
going to
chance.
regret it.
Yeah.
I'll take your point. I'll take your point. But then, for me, what bothers me is now the harmony of the team.
Oh God.
Hold on. Our whole ethos at Liverpool is built on team and the great harmony we have as a team. Correct? Yes or no?
Yeah.
So then you bring a player in like Grealish who's used to starting every single game. What kind of attitude is he going to bring? I'm just asking these questions. Is he going to be happy that he's a bit part player? Maybe he shows in training. Maybe he shows in training that he deserves to start and he gets to start. And someone else's knows going to be out of doing. All of these things go through my head, and I love the chemistry that we have as a team and the bond and the unity. And I don't.
You want that same 11 to stay the same for the next 10 years.
No.
You and Sam
I want the right.
very free.
I want the right mix. I want the right mix of character that's going to keep that harmony together and keep that chemistry going in the same game. That's what I'm asking.
You do. But mate, you've got to make adjustments. You've got to make refreshments. You've got to add to the squad. You've got to take out. Mate, if I'm Klopp, I'm letting Winny go this summer, mate. I'm not. As much as I love it, I've never hated on Winny. Yeah, he's 30 years old. If I'm Klopp, I'm letting Winny go this summer. I'm bringing in either Declan Rice or Calvin Phillips. It's as simple as that. I'm bringing in new blood. It's as simple as that. It's not about emotional vibe, team harmonies. No. It's about winning, bro. Week in, week out, season in, season out. I'm sorry. If I'm Klopp, I'm letting Winny go this summer to Barca. He's 30 years old. He's done a great job for us. I've never hated on Winny. I think it's time to move him on. I'll get in Declan Rice or Calvin Phillips. The same way I'll bring in Grealish as well. So there you go.
Fair enough, James. Fair enough. I respect your opinion, my brother. But I think we can both admit we like Jack Grealish. We think he's a great player. Whether he's on our radar, whether we bring him in, is a whole other story, isn't it?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Yet to be seen where Jack Grealish is going to end up. I think it'll be criminal if he finishes his career at Villa. Not because Villa are that bad, but they're obviously not going to reach the lofty heights of, say, any of the big six. So, excuse me. Anyway, moving on swiftly, because time is a wasting. How do you say his name? Satchel guy. What's his name? Tuchel.
Tuchel.
Yeah.
No, the Chelsea manager.
Tuchel.
I'm just gonna call him TT, man. It's easier. You know what I'm saying? He got his first win today, Chelsea against Burnley. I just have to say, I think we dodged the bullet with Timo Werner. Oh man, I feel so sorry for the guy. He just can't buy a goal, man. He could play for free and play in Sunday League football. He still wouldn't score a goal, man. This kid, oh man. It's just
Shout out to Ryan, who refers to him as an expensive Shane Long. Libbies.
Oh man, but that's what he's coming like. Seriously.
Now, in my opinion, I think he'll find his form. You can see he's in a position.
You're on the same page as me, man.
I think we're saying we're glad we didn't buy him, but I think in the next 2-3 years we're going to be regretting it. That's just my.
I think so.
Yeah, I feel like he's getting in the right positions. Come on, let's be honest. How many players come to the Premier League and does it in the first season? I don't know why we expect him to do that. Most, that's one person, but not everyone does it. So I feel like you need to. Yeah, Sadio Mane was in Southampton, and he came to Liverpool.
If Werner came to Liverpool over Chelsea, he'd be banging goals.
I mean,
he wasn't. You got to give him. It's his first season. You got to give him more time, and I feel like he'll find his.
Werner will bang goals. I'm with JJ 100%. Werner will bang goals 100%.
What is this, James? Is this your attempt to stay down with the kids?
No. I just agree with JJ. We've got the same philosophy. I'm sorry, mate. We're
James is all texting me now asking for JJ's number. It's not cool, man.
JJ got the same football philosophy. I'm
allow
sorry.
it, Uncle. Allow it. It's no good.
Listen. Fair enough. If you think he's going to find his feet, fair enough.
100%.
I feel like for now, I'm not talking about the future. I'm talking have spent all that money on Werner, we'd be losing patience with him as fans. We would. You got to think where we are as Liverpool. I don't think look at Jota as well. What Jota's done in comparison to Werner, we'd be losing our shit.
Hold on. How many goals has Jota scored and how many goals has Werner scored in all competitions? You don't know the number just yet, but I don't think they're that far apart. And they both came at 45 mil.
Okay. Quickly do the research for me, JJ, so while you're there.
Yeah, they both came at 45 mil. And I reckon Jota's probably ahead of Werner about maybe 2 or 3 goals.
Werner's wage demands were meant to be lofty as well. So let's take that into consideration.
No, I think the whole reason we went for Jota was because of the payment plan.
Yeah.
That we have to pay the full amount straight away.
There you go.
Well, while JJ's researching that, let's rattle on through the last couple of results because I'm being told time is definitely of the essence. Leicester are doing what Leicester do, man. They get in the mix and then they just let the side down. And I mean, they lost 3-1 at home to people today, man. And everyone will be looking at Brendan Rodgers saying, "Same old Brendan," but you know, it is what it is, man. I guess he is how he is. And currently, 60 minutes played in the Spurs match, and they're still losing 1-0 to Brighton. Just about to bring on Lucas Moura. As we know, Spurs one-man team. No Harry Kane, no him in Son. That's what happened. Harry Kane don't play. Son can't play properly, and they lose. So let's see what happens in the rest of this game.
Looking at the stats, it's kind of the same. I think Werner have 9 and 6, and Jota just has 9 goals. So
there you go.
Well, and how long has Jota been injured for? You take that into consideration. Werner's been playing that whole time, and he's still got the same stats as Jota. That reads bad against Werner, in my opinion.
But you can see the assists as well.
You are such a Liverpool fan, Slim. You are such a Liverpool fan. You're like Alan Hansen, mate.
You know what? You can read the knuckles, mate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, big up that one. That's a big tattoo still.
Anyway, listen, I've got to wrap it up there, guys, man. It's been a pleasure. Wait, JJ, you got to come back soon, man.
Yeah, I will. Don't worry.
James, stay off of the sauce, mate. Yeah, because
too much juice, too much sauce.
Listen, guys, we were supposed to draw the winner for the voucher competition today, but time has escaped us. So we'll definitely do it Thursday for the Brighton game. I'll have that ready and waiting to go. So it's still time to enter. All you got to do is tag your mate on Insta, like the post, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and you're in the draw, man. For shout to win £100 night vouchers. I've been your boy.
Can I enter this draw?
No, you can't enter. Even if I'm not going to put it in the draw. Sam, don't stay up too late, man. But do what you do, my brother.
Yeah, man. I'm actually going to go and watch the game. This will be out in the morning.
All right, then, people. Until the next time, man.
Lovely, guys. Thank you, JJ.
Bye.